Quick little edit here. This is a quick disclaimer. If you guys don't like how I pronounce any of these Bakutech here, chill, alright? This is from Sega Toys. They're not very well known for their quote-unquote English. So when I pronounce something like Zeta Dragon, or however you pronounce it, I say Zeta Dragon because that's technically how it's supposed to be pronounced. I will be saying Zeta Dragon in this review, and I probably cannot pronounce Munikis properly, so once again, I'm sorry. But that said and done, let's get into this review, shall we? Hey, what is up, you guys? BetaBlader95 here, and today I finally have it, Zeta Munikis. So, for those of you who have not seen Bakutech or Bakutech Gachi, this is the ultimate final form for Munikis, which is the darkest main character who uses Darkest's main Bakugan. There's no way to really explain it. Basically, this kid you see here uses Munikis, and he is a Darkest user, and it's quite nice. Now, just to give you an idea of how much this is sought after, it's not easy to find this. Usually when you find Zeta Munikis, it's in the $30 Friendship deck set, which is Zeta Dragon and Zeta Munikis in recoloring. But with this one, it's, I think, $5 less than the deck, and it's the anime accurate blue version. So if you want accuracy, this is the one you're going to have to buy. So, checking out the packaging here, we do have me dropping everything. That's not included, but we do have the user here. That's his manga appearance too, by the way. This series, whatever reason, uses the manga character instead of the anime character. Okay. Of course, Zeta Munikis. We have Zeta Munikis on the top of the box here. Before, and this is obviously bind system. So before bind, this is Zeta. The white part is Munikis, or other way around. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day. So Munikis, Zeta. Here it is transformed, and here is showing its gimmick, the Zeta Roulette, which is on the white part here, and basically it adds extra G power. Now, this is already preset. No matter where you buy your Zeta Munikis, the wheel will always say 10, 20, 40, or 200 G power. On the side of the box, we're showing off the Zeta Roulette gimmick on the battle. On the other side of the box, it is a 36mm Bakutech. That is because it is a bind system, obviously. We have the manga artwork here for the two characters, our protagonist and his frenemy rival guy. Legal stuff. Fun. That's the best part of this entire toy, guys. Look at all of that text. And here's the back of the box. Bind system, character, gimmick, gimmick, gimmick. Stuff that's included, we have a blank gate card. I'll get to that a bit later. And the ability card for Zeta Munikis. And warnings! Don't peck your friend in the face with this, and don't eat it. You'll cry, and you'll choke and die. Just saying. And without further ado, here is Zeta Munikis all folded up in its ball form. It's quite nice. This is actually painted better than my Zeta Dragon, or actually a lot of my bind Bakugan, which, as of the filming of this video, I sold 99% of my collection to one of you amazing subscribers, and that money did go right back into the channel like it always does. But that said, here is the paint job. It's actually done quite nicely. Interestingly enough, they actually skipped a lot of paint apps. So like you can see right here, it has this little red stripping here. But then this exact same design, which is molded in, by the way, is not painted red. That goes for these stripes here. I'm assuming these should be white. There's a little bit of paint missing on these. And it's not just mine. That's how they're done. You see more stripes here. Not a lot of splash with the gold, like with Zeta Dragon. There's a little bit of splash right here, and a little bit on the tip, and even right here where the blue is, but not too bad. They also over-applied. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but you can see the blue on the tail here that's a bit darker in some areas, and that's from over applying the paint. Well, what can I say? Next up is our blank gate card. So it's a silver card, but as you can see, there's no G-Power bonuses on here. There's no text either, so it's not like it says make all G-Power 0, so then you can use the wheel gimmick on there. That's quite interesting. That is our gate card. And our ability card. Here's the back of it, done in that nice matte finish. And here is the front of the card. There's a red card. If you can read Japanese, there you go. Nice artwork. It's a card. It's never going to be used. So, to transform, just drop it on. And there you go. Looks quite nice. Very aesthetically pleasing. Now there is a little bit of stuff you have to do to kind of make it quote-unquote accurate. You pop up the horns here, and you pop out the die-cast feet. And there you go. You have a Zeta Munikis. Now here is the gimmick here with the wheel. I will take that off and show it off more in detail in a moment. And the base G-Power for this Bakugan is 700 Gs. You have to remember, it's 700 by default, whatever that wheel lands on and that arrow points to, that's how much extra G-Power it gains. Overall, it's a very nice looking, I guess, transformed alt mode. I'm not really sure what I should be calling this, to be honest. It's transformed, it's popped up. It looks really nice. I do quite enjoy it. For comparison here, we have our, I believe this is Go, or I think this is Go Dragon. I forgot what the back layer is, but here it is with the front of Dragon. And here it is next to Jiba Fudo. They both look quite nice. Now, because we're about to go kind of break down the gimmick with the Zeta Roulette layer, I figured I would just show you guys the comparison between Jigan from Zeta Dragon and Munikis from Zeta Munikis. And they actually are quite similar. It's a little hard to see if I can pick it up. They do have kind of the same gimmick here. This Munikis here is not as big of a blocker as the Dragon is, but it's quite nice. It looks very good. You can see that you also share the little gem gimmick on the chest. Dragon's is blue and Munikis's is red. And just before anybody wastes their time asking in the comments, this darkest Dragon is from the God Deck 3, which I will have a review to that set in the description down below. Alright, so let's check out the Munikis layer for a brief moment. So as you can see, there is a little roulette wheel on there. You also have a double tail. I'm assuming that's what this is. This red tail piece is the exact same mold as the blue one here, so I'm saying it's a tail. Obviously, we have the wings and this really funky part here. Now, initially when I picked this up, I had assumed this top part here would control the wheel. So as you can see, it's not changing. Well, neither is it with this, or with this, or with this. But you know what does change the G-Power? The left wing. Quite neat. That actually did take me by surprise, and the only reason it does that, if we look on the back here, so this is the right wing that doesn't do anything, and here's the left wing, and as you can see, there's this little notch right here, and when you push the wing down, I'm assuming it's hitting a gear that the wheel's attached to. So when the Bakugan transforms and the wheel pops up, you gain the extra G-Power. That's quite nice. And so far, from all the testing, I've never had it land on a line. It's always connected properly to a G-Power. So that is quite neat. I do quite enjoy that gimmick. Transforming Zeta Munikis back into its ball form is actually a lot easier than it looks, and it's definitely easier than transforming Zeta Dragon back into its ball form. So obviously, since it's a bind system Bakugan, there's two ways we can handle this. I can undo the bind and just transform each part individually, but because this is a solo review for this toy, the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to properly transform it back. So, as with all bind systems, we always start with the back, and this one's quite easy. This is probably the easiest bind, honestly, of them all. Pretty simple. Now we're going to fold the horns back forward and put the feet back on the Munikis side. Now, when I intentionally picked this up, I had assumed, much like Dragon, that the head goes in first and then the arms. But actually, it is the arms first and then the head, which locks everything in place. And there you go. We now have Zeta Munikis ready to be launched and win a crazy game. So in case you haven't already figured it out, the main gimmick with this particular bind Bakugan is the Zeta Roulette wheel on the white part of the Bakugan. Unfortunately, it does not have the same spin capabilities that all the other Munikis variations have. In fact, to be honest with you guys, to this day, I still say go buy the Zeta Dragon start deck, because Let's Go, with all the metal parts on it, is by far the best Bakutech you should be using for spin shots. This thing spins on a dime. Nothing has come close to it yet. Now, of course, before I wrap up this review, I have to demonstrate the bind gimmick. That's the best part. That's the whole reason you buy the bind system Bakutech. So, for those who've never done a bind before, maybe this is the first time you've ever seen a Bakutech review. Bind Bakugan, so you simply find the top layer here, so put your thumb on the magnet and push downwards. That's right. Like such. The backpack is not spring-loaded, so the top part stays fine. Because there's no magnet gear here, it just opens up on its own. All back layers are like this, unless there's some super secret Bakutech I do not know about. And we'll be binding this with Zeta Dragon, which is, once again, from the God deck. It is an exclusive recolor, and the review for that will be in the description below. So now we have Zeta Munikis, and as it pops open, of course, reviews are never easy. So, bind it up, and now we have Zeta Dragon. So, of course, Munikis will go first, and here it is with the Fudo layer on there, or the Zeta layer, my bad. Looks quite nice, and for those you don't know, the main gimmick with this layer is the tail here has an extra magnet, so it's more sturdy for battle. And here we are with Zeta Dragon. Not really different. Unfortunately, I don't have my Zeta Dragon anymore, but Zeta is almost identical to Jigan, so it's up to you. So in this case, this is 720 Gs plus 20 more, so it's 740. Not bad, but not very good either. So now comes the final question. Should I buy this toy? Absolutely. Guys, this is probably one of my favorite bind Bakugan. I mean, in my opinion, it's definitely nowhere nearly as cool as Zeta Dragon, but it's so nice. It's very well done. The gimmick is well placed, and I honestly like it. I do recommend this. Don't pay more than $30. Actually, don't pay more than $25 for Zeta Munikis, because at $30 you can go purchase the Friendship deck set, which is Zeta Dragon plus Zeta Munikis, and I think a special deck box too. So, I mean, it's up to you. This, personally, is the anime accurate one, and I always go for accuracy, so there's that. Now, if you would like to have this Bakugan, please feel free to message me in any of the social media down below. I'll be selling this for $25 US, and that includes shipping in the United States. And, I mean, like I said, $25, that basically means you're paying $15 for it. So there you go. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you'd like to see more Bakutech or any kind of reviews, please consider donating to my Patreon. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next review.